Okay, we are rocking and rolling. Let me first check. I'm just gonna quickly check the link. Share, copy. Okay, yeah, we are live. Let me just blue sky the link. Okay. Hello, everybody. That's been blue skied out. Hold on. Dun, 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 ba, ba, ba. Okay. Yeah, we are gonna see the map. We're gonna head up. How do we get up there? I don't think there is a way. Is there? I spent so much time getting up here. Whoa. Some loading issues? Okay. That's fine. Oops. Oh, we can jump. Forgot about that. I want to try and jump up here. But can we do that? No, we cannot. We're at the top of the trees. Nice. How's everybody doing? I've been chill. I have something exciting to announce at the end of the video. But that is for a later for the end of the video in itself. I'm very excited to announce it, so we're gonna get there, but mostly everything's been fine. Lots of media has randomly come out, like I just saw, like, last night Amazing Digital Circus came out, episode 8, which was highly anticipated simply because of everything that happened in episode 7. And honestly, rightfully so. I think Digital Circus has been doing like some really incredible work. And honestly, I'm really impressed with how far they've gone. Yeah, we'll go up here. Okay. Yeah. It was an insane episode. Like, oh my god. I could not believe what I was watching. I just beat you guys. What is your deal? Nice. Okay. Is there anything below us? No, that's fine. I don't know where it's the right. Mostly it's kind of chill here, if I'm being honest. What else happened? Invincible? Oh my god, Invincible! It's back! Um, I don't think I've discussed this, but the first time I watched Invincible, uh, the first time I watched Invincible was season season 1. So I I was really having a hard time like catching up with it week to week. I was having a lot of like I think I was doing uni at that time. Yeah. I had some uni stuff that I needed to catch up on. So I didn't watch until like episode I think I watched episode 1 or 2. And then I was like taking a bit of a break because I genuinely just could not. Um, which is fine, you know. Um, so I had like uh so when it came to Invincible, uh I watched I did my arcane strat. Actually this is my not arcane strat. Actually, this is how I got my strat of watching one episode for 44 minutes a day because I genuinely could not process more than 44 minutes a day of an episode. Uh, the only exception to that has ever been Arcane season 1 and Pantheon season 2, because you know those episodes were incredible and those shows were incredible. If anyone says that Arcane season 2 is bad, you are wrong. It is just different from season 1, and that is the whole point. If I wanted to watch season 1, I would watch season 1. Um, but they do follow up on things. But anyways, Invincible. So I caught up with Invincible I caught up with Invincible season 1 as it was airing. So I like caught up with episode 7 at like midnight on the last episode. I think it was 30th April. The last episode of season 1 aired. And I thought it was like 7 a.m. like Netflix does. So it was 7 a.m. like Netflix does. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch tonight and then go to sleep. But then actually Amazon Prime at the time released the episodes at midnight. Oh. So I had caught up and the finale had like for season 1 had just aired and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be like intense, but I kind of want to see the conclusion before I get spoilers. And I had no idea what was coming, and oh my god, that's like it was insane. Nice. Okay. Um Hold on. Let's see. Okay, if we go left, we can get one of the ingredients. So I think we'll do exactly that. Eek. Yikesiola. Okay. Okay, girl. Trying to aim here. So then I felt sick to my stomach, and I was so traumatized from the season one finale that like I uh didn't I followed Invincible's like status updates, but I didn't like I followed Invincible's like status updates. Like I knew when new episodes were releasing. I knew when new seasons would air. That was fine. Uh the bigger issue that I kind of faced was just the fact that like I was season one finale was like too much, and Invincible is just generally a very gory show, so I did not feel ready to like go back into it. But last year, because I was doing my weekly watch list, and I like to do like one 44-minute hour long episode kind of show per day. So I can't go there. Hold on. 1 44-minute episode a week. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna choose Invincible because it's a major like show, even if it's not my favorite show. And so that's why I caught up with the Adam Eve Invincible special. I watched seasons 2 and 3, kind of binged a bit more of season 2 than I kind of expected, uh, just because of the way the episodes were structured. This, so season 4 has just aired this week. The first 3 episodes are on Amazon Prime, and I was like, okay, uh, that's wild. So I was like, okay, you know what? I caught up and I was excited. I thought that I think I mentioned this in my uh how am I supposed to get up there? I don't think I can go this way first. So I think we're just gonna yeah. Um so I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow up on Invincible like season 4. I'm gonna like this is the first time I'm watching Invincible like a full season weekly since season 1. I mean like I didn't even follow season 1 weekly at all. Uh so for me like this is the first time I'm like ever following the release schedule for Invincible. Sorry, just aiming. So I was like really excited to catch up with Invincible weekly. I think that like season I think season 2 was not the best. And I don't mean that maliciously. I mean that in terms of like personal enjoyment. I think that season 2 follows up on like Mark being fresh out of school and things like that, and how he's had to like age, and like the fact of like he should be normal. He should be a quote unquote normal teen, like living on Earth, but like he can't have that because of his like Viltrumite stuff and his dad, you know? So season 2 was like the episode where it's like, oh, okay, fine. Oh, nice. Okay. So I think that like I think that like the best episodes of season 2 for me were like episode, what's it called? I think episode 4 was probably the best with Omni Man. Uh while I did enjoy uh the two-part thing, the two-part episode with the what's it called, the mind controlling things, episodes 5 and 6, I thought those were like pretty solid. uh and I was like really into them. The issue that I kept encountering was just the fact that like it was fine, and also I didn't love the cliffhanger for episode 5 that made you feel like, oh, we want to watch episode 6. So that was not my favorite, but overall I do think that okay. But overall I think season 2 was fine. It just wasn't, it was just kind of like not a great follow-up to season 1. Oh, oh, that was close. Okay. So I enjoyed season 2 a lot. That was really, I enjoyed season 2 a decent amount. It was kind of like a chiller sort of thing. Uh, I did, my biggest criticism of season 1 in terms of like things that they did pretty badly was how they handled Amber's character. I was not a fan of the like sacrificial, the black girlfriend who who is portrayed as like very unempathetic, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that. Um, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that. Um, but in season 2, I think they justify Amber's like trepidations a bit more. Like they give justification for why she and Mark break up, and it's not just manufactured romance drama, you know. So I did like that element of uh the improvement of season 2. We gotta be careful here, guys. We gotta be careful. Yep, yep. Okay, cool. We're good. Whew! Okay. And then season 3, I thought was like objectively better than like. I thought season 3 was like objectively so much better than season 1. There were still like random adventures, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think that like Invincible tries to be this like uh has tries to be like this formulaic like hero story regardless, but has like a level of serialization that doesn't make you think about it too much. Um and honestly that's chill. That's fine. It's just something that I noticed a lot. So what is this? Ulogi gain. Yeah, I think we need if we get one more, uh if we get one more, we'll probably do a different one, but we can't really. Okay. So season 3, when I was like, uh, so when season 3 aired, I so when I've watched season 3, I thought it was genuinely pretty good. I think it's like objectively a great season of TV. My favorites, I think I mentioned this in the shows I watched live stream that I did uh at the end of last year and the beginning of this year. Episode 8, like the finale, was just incredible. I think episode 7 came close, but I'm not like all these episodes are very good. Um and if anyone was like, this is my favorite episode of the season, I'd be like, okay, I understand. Episode 4 with Omni Man and I forgot his name. God, the hot alien guy. Those were fun and funky, but at the end of it all, like, and that was a really great episode. That's a really great episode. I don't know why I teed myself up by being like, oh, I have this issue with it. No, that episode's just really good. And I think the jailbreak aspect of it made it so much more fun. Um, and this idea that like Omni Man is like uh Omni Man is just kind of vibing. He's like trying to jailbreak out, you know. Those were pretty fun. Okay. Okay. What else? Uh, mm, this is a long way away. Oof. Okay. The two that we need are over here. So I'm gonna go in that direction. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can find a way to get this orb thing. No, it's not thin enough. Okay. Here. Can we get on top there? The answer is no. So why? How do we get up there? Let's see. Nope, we can't even go down there. Go up, you know? So yeah, Invincible season 3, episodes 4 and 8 were my favorites of the season. Yeah, figures. So I really liked those episodes. But overall I thought that the season was like so much more like tense about it. And just like they were kind of chill for the most part. There were some issues here and there, but episode 7 was like a weird kind of like nightmare scenario, which, you know, like got rid of Rex, all these things. The Rudy's Rex stuff still bothers me a lot. It's just weird. Um it's just weird like what they're doing with Rudy. Um and that now and then everyone's starting to call him Rex. And apparently this was a thing in the comics, which is still like a weird thing overall. And I hate when these things have armor, and the armor is like dependent uh on what kind of like mask you have on what kind of mask actually defeats them. I guess it shows vulnerability, but my biggest issue. Whoa. Oh no, it's glitching. Please don't tell me this is an issue with my Switch. That's actually going to be bad for me. Oh no. Um, if it glitches again, that is genuinely going to be an issue. Nice. Okay. So going into season 4, I knew that well, we're gonna get into Invincible season 4 spoilers here. So if you haven't seen the first 3 episodes, can you not? I'm trying to stream here. Okay. So going into season 4, like there are a couple of things that were kind of there where it's like, oh, Mark and Omni-Man are gonna probably meet up again. Uh Oliver is like a lot older now, like in terms of like and not just being a annoying kid anymore. So I was like I was anticipating season 4 being like all about family. But I didn't really expect for season 4 to get into a very strong thematic question about superheroes of like, when is it okay? Like, who decides, or what is the price of a life? I guess where it's just like, the first episode is like, uh I don't know what the best way to describe the first episode. The first episode's kind of getting us back to form. And it has a couple of things going on. Mark is like, after what happened with Conquest and everything that happened in the season 3 finale, like as in the last 2 episodes of the season 3 finale, Mark is just kind of in a headspace of like, if I had properly killed Angstrom, then millions of people wouldn't have died, like including Rex, you know. So he's in this headspace of like feeling very guilty for all the lives that he has that he had unintentionally like lost, and also because like Angstrom specifically was like targeting his family in the season 2 finale, so it was like something personal. And I think I don't remember season 3 episode 7 all that well, but I think they were also targeting Mark's family in season 3 episode 7. But yeah, sure. So I was like, he's in the headspace of like, I need to protect my family. I need to make sure that everybody's okay. I need to make sure that no one can hurt them ever again. You know, like that's valid of a like valid reasoning, you know, to be like, I can't let anyone hurt the people I love. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. But the way that kind of manifests in his actual superheroics is the fact that like he's so determined to protect everybody that he's kind of like facing like the ultimate question of the trolley problem. Like, oh no, the ultimate question of the trolley problem, where like how much is, what is the price of a life to him, you know? um so like the thing with Dinosaurus, where he was just like, I want, where he's just like, he was about to kill Dinosaurus for like attacking him and like being a threat, and just being like, what and exploring these kind of gray areas that Mark doesn't see as gray as they actually are. He's like trying to find, and so the narrative is kind of challenging him with like, these are gray spots, these are people who are trying to do things. Sorry, let me just try and figure this out. Okay. So it's just kind of like, what is the price of a life to Mark? And the thing with Dinosaurus, the thing where he's like, where there's not enough time, and a ton of people will die if he doesn't act. That kind of thing, where like, he needs to make a choice, and he makes choices. It's just a bit more compelling than we would expect. And I do like that. I do like that everyone is just like, you know what, Invincible made the right choice. It is sad that this happened, but like at the end of it all, like he did do the right thing, because at the end of the day, this was a big risk. And you know what? Valid. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, let's see if we can upgrade, since we have enough for that now. No, how do we? These are 2. Solar Quake. Let's do Burst into Flames. That's fun. Yikes. Okay. Nice. Where are we going now? We go up, up, up. It's our moment. So and it's this thing where like Mark has to choose. Mark is presented with choices where he is in a position where he kind of has to make a choice every time. So like it happens in episode one, it happens in episode one twice. Oh no, we're gonna wait for that. It happens in episode one twice, with Dinosaurus, and then what's it called? And I feel like the thematics are kind of spreading because in episode 3 even there's the thing where like oh, cutscene. No, is it dead? Oh dear. Okay. Oh no. Oh, this is doing so much more. Oh, Kalunga, so you need to relax, dudes. Bro, oh my god. Ooh, dude, you are literally talking to death here. Can you relax? Oh my god. Oh, Zhao, you need to be careful here, dude. You need to be careful, dude. Oh, this idea of death. Oh, that's life, buddy, and that's death. It's oh no. God, I was just talking about Invincible this entire time, and now, ugh. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. That sucked. That sucked so much. That's such a downer. Um, you know what? We'll head to the right instead, because I want to grab that ingredient on the right first before we head to the left. Oh wait, no, we can't. We are forced. We are forced to go left. Okay. Oh no! Are you kidding? Okay. Anyways, but yeah, no. This idea of like the price of a life is just kind of rampant throughout. This is going to be a short stream because I've had 3 glitches. It's not that bad, but like damn, this should not be happening. but this idea of like what is the price of a life, and I think that thematic continues into like episode 3. I think that episode 2, because it takes a detour away from it, just because like, oh, um and I think that continues in episode 3, where like uh where like Titan gets invincible ink to get some, oh, where Titan like tries to get invincible ink in order to do like, in order to stop like Mr. Liu from attacking his family. I feel like those thematics just make a lot of sense in my head. Especially because like Mark gets outraged that Titan would put Oliver in danger with Liu. Because last time Liu almost like, they say this, but I don't remember it too much, mostly because like season 3, episode 5 is kind of like a blur in my head. But he's like, oh, Mr. Liu almost killed Invincible, and it's like, did he? I'll probably need to go back and check, but like, I don't really remember that being a takeaway from the dragon fight. I remember it was intense, but I don't remember like Invincible almost dying intense. I think it's just because like season 3, episode 8, like the season 3 finale, is like such an intense action episode where I was like, oh, Mark is likely to just die here. Like, I don't think he will, but at the end of the day, like, I would not be surprised if he did. Uh, so I think that just kind of has like rewritten the story of like what actually happened with. Oh, I went the wrong way. Good to know. Good to know. Um, but and I also think that's going to be fairly like resonant with Eve as well, because kind of because like Eve's whole deal right now in season 3 is that her powers are not working. So I think we have to go left. That's so fascinating. The fact that we have to go this way, and the fact that I overlooked that spot, not on purpose, but like because the like game mechanics will not allow me at this current juncture to go there. Oh no, there's a wire here. Oh, okay. Nice. And I also think this is like, yeah, I think we're definitely getting closer because these things are getting like a lot more like present. So okay, what are we learning? And I think that the like price of a life thing kind of continues, especially with like uh what's happening with Rex and Eve. What like no, not Rex and Eve, but like Rex and Monster Girl. Oh, zip to enemies in the sun and pull enemies. Uh, Girl, you need to chill. Okay. Oh, so you have to, it aims you in a specific direction. That's interesting. Okay. So you have to position yourself in that way. That's fun. Nice. Okay, yeah. So I think with like Rex and Ray, they need to stop calling him Rudy Rex. Uh Ray uh Rex and Monster Girl like being trapped in the Flaxian dimension. I feel like that also plays a part in it. I cannot explain what specific part. It's like that thing where it's like, I've connected the dots. You haven't connected shit, but I connected them. Nice. Whoops. Yeah. I need to get used to this now. Nope. Nice. Yep. Um, but I think that like Invincible's very strong. Uh, hold on. It's gonna require me to do some proper timing. Let's see. Jesus. Okay. Damn it! We were so close. Okay. So I do think that like the price of a life thing is like that might be a video that I could do later, but honestly, like I'm not all that sure. Yeah. Honestly, I think this price of a life stuff is pretty cool. Cause like then Invincible like messes up Titan because these NPCs are so stupid. I mean, I'm also very dumb, but like the fact that they're actively like no. Ugh. I think after this fight we're gonna call it stream. But like the fact that like Invincible is doing this like sort of question of a price, and I think that like even the question of like, because I feel like if you're talking about like how much is a life worth, I feel like you bringing up the idea of pregnancy is actually like a pretty solid choice for this, because like thematically it works pretty well with the conversations of like what's more important, the mother caregiver or a baby that isn't conscious or anything. And honestly, like the show's doing some really good stuff that I kind of did not expect. um yeah, I think that's a sign for me to call a stream here. I think I'm just gonna pause here and just rant about Invincible a bit more. But like the idea that people that Mark needs the can't control himself. And I also do like the fact of like in after episode 1, Cecil's like, okay, I don't mind you did that, you made the right call, but you're not the one who has to make that call. That's it's I'm not upset that someone's died. You saved so much of the earth. That's part of it. I just don't want you to have this sort of weight of responsibility and feel the need that, and he's very much trying to like calm the blow, you know, of like what he's saying, because he knows that Mark is like very volatile. But like this idea of what is the price of a life is a really great thematic exploration that I don't think Invincible has like really hit me with yet. I think that in season 2, they were doing like some pretty fun exploration where it was like still having Invincible tied so heavily to Omni-Man. Season 3 kind of detaches him a lot from that, but it mostly focuses, a huge focus is on like Cecil specifically being the one that's like afraid of having another Omni-Man. So he's trying to like have control over Mark to an extent. And that's like the main thing of the season. I think it's in the first couple of episodes, and then the follow-up is just like figuring out what to do without Cecil. And that was pretty fun. But I feel like this is the first season of Invincible that has really started to go hard into a thematic through line that I think it's kind of in season 2 as well, with like Angstrom, where it's like Invincible is the reason for a few things, but I don't think that I've seen this sort of like thematic through line for Invincible before, even if it's not even like not as strong as like season 2, as season 2's like Mark facing the consequences of his dad, you know. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I do have a fun little announcement thing. It's pretty cool. I will not be streaming next week. If everything goes according to plan, I will guarantee that within the next week there should be at least one video up. I am so close to wrapping it up. You have no idea how much I've like had to suffer through a lot of this. But next week, Saturday, there should be a video up. I am incredibly excited. You guys have no idea how excited I am. Same time, 2 p.m. UTC. Yeah. And that's all I gotta say. See ya.